Sometimes vlog. It's a vlog that happens sometimes. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It's David Johnny 2B here today. Today we're going to do the cult classic 1987 movie Adventures in Babysitting, starring Elsbeth Shu, Keith Colgan, Anthony Rapp, and Maes Breton, directed by Chris Columbus. This was 1987, and this is a cult classic comedy by Disney of all places. It's a Disney film that one of the unheard of Disney films. No one's ever heard of this one, but it's an old movie from 1987, and it takes place in Chicago, probably I think Oak Park neighborhood, I believe, and and it's something I kind of grew up on, and who knows what happened to Elsbeth Shu. But of course, all these actors, who knows what happened to these people? They kind of disappeared. Elsbeth Shu, was big in the 80s and 90s, and then she kind of just disappeared and stuff. So anyway, this was a pretty good comedy movie about a babysitter, and then yeah, it was kind of a bomb, I guess, because it's kind of this is like right when Mike Eisner was taking over. And right before the Disney Renaissance and whatnot, but this is a interesting comedy. So it begins with the Beach Boys song "Since I Kissed Her." Of course, it's the I think it's the Marvelettes or whoever who sings. Of course, I can't play word for word, but anyway, Elsbeth Shu is her name. Her name's Chris, and she's going on a date, or supposed to be going on a date. And of course, he cancels because, of course, we don't know this till later that he's actually going on a date with someone else, and he doesn't really love her at all, and stuff. And she's supposed to be like 17 or 18 or whatever, and she's called to babysit. Like I said, I'm not trying to do anything for copyright, so I can only do what I can. And so the supposed boyfriend cancels. He was really trying to dump her anyways. He's just trying to say, "Oh, I have a relative that's sick." And of course, she has a best friend who's kind of a nerd and stuff, and she takes on the babies, and it's in Oak Park, Illinois, and whatnot, and so she takes on the baby, 3 kids, and the youngest is into Thor. Maybe that's why Disney was kind of getting pre-ideas and whatnot. But yeah, he kind of dumps her and stuff. That's how it starts out.
Oh God, he's here. Okay, Chris, just relax. Tonight is going to be... I'm a little bit overdressed.
No, it's just, I got cancer. My little sister got sick, and my parents are going out tonight.
Well, I could come over.
Wait, so that was a total lie. So she takes on the babysitting job, and they're mature. This is the 80s when we had the, of course these people are going downtown Chicago too, and of course we meet the family, and it's a regular 80s family and whatnot, and yeah, we meet the family here.
All right, Chris, I got some notes for you. We're going to be the reception at the Associate Center. We'll meet this right here with you. And Sarah is on to wear her skates in the house.
Now, Sarah, Chris is in charge, okay?
Sure.
Can we go to Haagen-Dazs?
Well, yes, but don't go too late, all right? Now, Brad is going to be staying at his friend Daryl's tonight, so you don't have to worry about him. This one is just getting over a very bad cough.
It's almost 2 weeks.
So I want her to take some of this, give her a spoonful.
And of course that Daryl, and of course they confuse her for a Playboy character or something. Of course that Daryl kind of tags along. But anyway, so the best friend runs away to downtown Chicago. She gets stuck in the downtown Chicago bus, I think Union Station, I think. And so she has to go and rescue her friend. And of course she has to take the kids with them. And of course that kid Daryl. And of course apparently they rely on payphones and whatnot. And of course this homeless guy is taken out of his house and stuff because it's the 80s and stuff.
I can't call anybody else. My dad doesn't know. He'd kill me if he found out. Chris, I'm begging you. It's really scary here. I've just seen 3 people shoot up a bald Chinese lady with no pants on, and there's this old guy outside who wants his bedroom slippers. Get out of my house! You just moved!
So yeah, they go to downtown Chicago, and of course, she's also equivalent to a Playboy model, to rescue the girl, Elsbeth Shu's best friend, and of course, then they get a flat tire, and of course, they get picked up by a tow truck driver. This is an adventure, so, and of course, the tow truck driver's kind of creepy and whatnot, so, trying to make a real quick movie out of it.
Your kid's having some trouble. You got a spare?
No.
Sarah?
You went out an expressway without a spare?
Guy does have for a hand just like the story of the little kids were going, and of course he changes. He says he's going to tow him into town to get him a spare and whatnot. And of course this is downtown Chicago. Of course then he this is where the adventure kind of really begins, because she's there to save her friend, because she told a story about this madman with a hook for a hand, and of course they throw out the thing, because then there's this guy, the tow truck driver, his wife is being cheated on and whatnot, and I think this is winter time. I think this is around winter time, at least fall or winter and stuff, and of course they have to get out of there because the tow truck driver has a gun, and these guys, she's supposed to be 17 or 18 and stuff. And and of course her car gets shot, because obviously he goes mad. Again, this would be a comedy adventure and stuff. Like I said, I'm going really quick through it and whatnot. And of course then they get into another car, and of course it happens to be a stolen car that the guy's trying to steal.
Promise me you won't hurt these kids?
Yeah, I promise you.
And of course it's the babysitter. It's a chop shop, of course. It's a basically they go to the stolen car. The thief takes them to a chop shop where they switch out parts. Obviously this is a stolen Cadillac, so they switch out the Cadillac parts for other parts and resell stuff, and illegal mafia mob activity and stuff. And of course they have a comedy scene where this is the chop shop from hell. Of course as you can see it's just them doing their chop shop illegal stuff. And they put in Cadillac engines in a Rolls Royce into other cheaper models, a bunch of illegal stuff, and resell stuff and take the parts. And of course they listen in on the illegal activity, and because they were supposed to take care of them. And of course the mob boss, one of them is Captain Terrell from Wrath of Khan, and meanwhile the friend is being robbed. She loses all her money and being robbed and stuff. And of course now they have to escape because they overheard the illegal activity and stuff. And of course they're trying to escape. You know, so now you have these bad guys chasing after him. You know, these mob people, these chop mob people, and of course they also have a Playboy, and Playboy has a bunch of things, but, you know, because he wanted his Playboy back, because the Playboy was thrown out the window earlier. You know, because obviously she's obviously a Playboy centerfold, or resembles his Playboy centerfold. And then, of course, then they sneak. You know, they get out, and of course they run into a jazz club, and of course no one can leave without playing the blues. You know, it's a blues club and stuff. You know, Chicago, Blues Brothers stuff. Of course, you know, this is a Disney comedy and stuff. You know, this is a Disney, you know, a forgotten movie and stuff. And of course they have to play the blues to get out, and of course they have to sing them. You know, again, this is supposed to be a kid's adventure. It's a kid's movie.
Babysitting these guys.
She got the...
I got this call from Brenda. I went to pick her up. The tire had a blowout, and my mom's car got shot up.
And these guys started to chase us.
We all got hijacked.
Elsbeth Shu's kind of old for the part she's playing. Of course, the mob people, and of course they escape, and of course then they go on the L, and of course then there's a little joke about it with, you know, because she's blind without her glasses and stuff, and of course they try chasing him on the L, and of course then he gets stabbed and whatnot, and he gets stabbed in the foot. So after Daryl knocks him out, the little girl gets kidnapped. You know, the little girl gets kidnapped, and of course they go to, I think it was the 93rd building. I think it's, you know, 93rd building. Go in that building, and of course, you know, the kidnappers get him. Of course, it happens to be the same party that the parents were at, and of course the guy that stole the car knocks out the guy. This is a PG-13 movie, not, you know, because of the profanity and using fucking stuff. And of course, then they had to race back before the parents got back, and they had to pick up Brenda, of course.
I think you should lay down and get some sleep.
I'm not tired.
Well, pretend that you're tired.
Then can I pretend to sleep?
Yeah, whatever. Jesus.
Getting off this train, Locos.
The only people gonna be getting off this here train gonna be doing it in body bags.
How you sound?
About to start killing each other, and I was wondering if you could please just wait on that until we could get off the train.
Sam, which? Yeah, which Sam?
It said bitch. It was originally bitch, and of course she says don't fuck with the babysitter.
I was kidding. That was really rude. Take it back. Apologize.
Stay out of this.
He called you a witch.
Brad, shut up!
Hey, listen to the witch, Brad.
Watch your mouth. You big city scum sucker. You just can't keep your foot out your mouth, can you, boy? Let me help.
It's edited out. It's don't fuck with the Lords of Hell. Don't fuck with the, you know, babysitter. And of course she just kind of takes the knife, and of course she takes the kids out. You know, they're gonna have a gang brawl and stuff. And of course then they have to go to the, you know, the hospital, and of course they, you know, they have to, and of course the you get stitches and whatnot. And of course the tow truck driver saves their cookies, pays their bill, you know, ambulance bill and stuff. He says you have to get your tire. You have to, you know, $50 for a tire, and you have to go to, yeah, you have to pay the, you know, and of course the guy looks like Thor. He dresses like Thor and whatnot, and of course they go to a party and whatnot. And
It is Miss March.
What?
This is amazing. Could you sign this? Right here, right here.
I can't believe it.
Can't believe what?
This is not me.
Sure is.
It is not.
What's your name?
It's not Shailene.
anyway, so after they, you know, take Chris to the bathroom, you know, like this is all that they finally see the Thor guy, or actually he's, you know, they only had half the money and stuff, and of course he, you know, he gives him the tire and stuff, and you know, because she's, you know, I would say this was pre-ideas for Marvel possibly, and of course they get the car back, and of course as soon as they get the car back, she notices she thought her boyfriend or her ex-boyfriend, you know, dating some other person, and of course she gave him a sock, and obviously they're trying to play how dangerous a bus station is in downtown Chicago.
Everything. We're just looking for something, thanks.
Let's just go in and get him. Patience.
Sesame flexer. Oh, she's such a sleaze.
He dumps you for an easy chick and you get a night of hell. Doesn't seem fair to me.
Stay here and watch, Sarah. I will be right back.
Okay, so after Daryl knocks him out, the little girl gets kidnapped. You know, the little girl gets kidnapped, and of course they go to, I think it was the 93rd building. I think it's, you know, 93rd building. Go in that building, and of course, you know, the kidnappers get him. Of course, they happen to be the same party that the parents were at, and of course, the guy that stole the car knocks out the guy. Now, this was a PG-13 movie, not R, you know, because of the profanity, you know, using fucking stuff. And of course, then they had to race back before the parents got back, and they had to pick up Brenda, of course.
Oh my, look at that lunatic. You know, Brad and Sarah are going to be driving soon. They're going to be on the road with people like that.
How fast do your parents drive?
Oh, I don't know, about 45.
We'll go in. Okay, Brad, Sarah, Daryl, upstairs now. In your pajamas.
I don't have any pajamas here.
I don't care. Just go upstairs. Brenda, go home. I don't want to go home. Brenda, you have to. I'm sorry.
So, you know, they rush back, and then and of course she had to clean up the house and clean up the mess, and they all decided to stay at there, and so that was Adventures in Babysitting, and they had a little adventure and whatnot, and yeah, it's a cult classic. You know, it's from 1987. It's from the 80s. You know, it's something I saw when I was a kid. It's a light comedy, and if you like light comedies, it's a pretty good movie. So anyways, this is Johnny 2B signing off.